Live from New York, you're watching News Always On. I'm Kessyl. Just last week, Papa John's founder John Schneider stepped down after it was revealed he used the N-word on a conference call with his ad agency Laundry Service in May. On Sunday, a special committee of the board of directors met and decided to kick him out of his office at Papa John's headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky. The pizza chain also announced in a statement that Schneider will, quote, cease all media appearances and not make any further statements to the media regarding the company, its business, or employees. Papa John's announced Friday it would remove Schneider's image from its marketing materials. But still, he remains on the board and owns 30% of the company's shares, which was worth $531 million at the close of business on Friday. President Trump is returning home after meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election in this country is a dominant issue in the joint news conference between the two leaders in Helsinki, Finland, following their one-on-one meeting. President Trump says he has raised the issue with Putin, saying it was a message best delivered in person. But Putin denies disrupting the presidential election, saying, quote, I had to repeat that the Russian state never interfered and does not plan to interfere in internal American electoral process. He also said that the talk with Trump took place in an open and business-like atmosphere, and he categorized them as successful and useful. Here is more about the meeting from our morning newscast if you have missed it.
Thank you. I have just concluded a meeting with President Putin on a wide range of critical issues for both of our countries. We had direct, open, deeply productive dialogue. Went very well. The disagreements between our two countries are well known, and President Putin and I discussed them at length today. But if we're going to solve many of the problems facing our world, then we're going to have to find ways to cooperate in pursuit of shared interests. Too often in both recent past and long ago, we have seen the consequences when diplomacy is left on the table. We have also seen the benefits of cooperation. In the last century, our nations fought alongside one another in the Second World War. Even during the tensions of the Cold War, when the world looked much different than it does today, the United States and Russia were able to maintain a strong dialogue. But our relationship has never been worse than it is now. However, that changed as of about 4 hours ago. I really believe that. Nothing would be easier politically than to refuse to meet, to refuse to engage, but that would not accomplish anything. As president, I cannot make decisions on foreign policy in a futile effort to appease partisan critics or the media or Democrats who want to do nothing but resist and obstruct. Constructive dialogue between the United States and Russia affords the opportunity to open new pathways toward peace and stability in our world. I would rather take a political risk in pursuit of peace than to risk peace in pursuit of politics. During today's meeting, I addressed directly with President Putin the issue of Russian interference in our elections. I felt this was a message best delivered in person. Spent a great deal of time talking about it. And President Putin may very well want to address it, and very strongly, because he feels very strongly about it, and he has an interesting idea. We also discussed one of the most critical challenges facing humanity, nuclear proliferation. I provided an update on my meeting last month with Chairman Kim on the denuclearization of North Korea, and after today, I am very sure that President Putin and Russia want very much to end that problem, going to work with us, and I appreciate that commitment. Yes, I do. I hold both countries responsible. I think that the United States has been foolish. I think we've all been foolish. We should have had this dialogue a long time ago, a long time, frankly, before I got to office. And I think we're all to blame. I think that the United States now has stepped forward along with Russia, and we're getting together, and we have a chance to do some great things, whether it's nuclear proliferation in terms of stopping. We have to do it. Ultimately, that's probably the most important thing that we can be working on. But I do feel that we have both made some mistakes. I think that the probe is a disaster for our country. I think it's kept us apart. It's kept us separated. There was no collusion at all. Everybody knows it. People are being brought out to the fore. So far that I know, virtually none of it related to the campaign. And they're going to have to try really hard to find somebody that did relate to the campaign. That was a clean campaign. I beat Hillary Clinton easily, and frankly, we beat her. And I'm not even saying from the standpoint, we won that race. And it's a shame that there can even be a little bit of a cloud over it. People know that, people understand it, but the main thing, and we discussed this also, is zero collusion. And it has had a negative impact upon the relationship of the two largest nuclear powers in the world. We have 90% of nuclear power between the two countries. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what's going on with the probe. You know, actually, I called him a competitor, and a good competitor he is. And I think the word competitor is it's a compliment. I think that we will be competing when you talk about the pipeline.
Just yesterday, thousands of people gathered in Helsinki to protest against the summit between the two leaders in the Finnish capital. They marched through the city to promote human and sexual rights, democracy, and environmental issues. Organizers for Helsinki Calling said the protest wasn't aimed directly against the US or the Russian presidents, but was designed to focus on key global issues. Helsinki often served as a crucial bridge between the Soviet Union and the US during the Cold War. In the meantime, several dozen supported the US president, with many waving American flags and sporting the Making America Great Again caps.
Helsinki calling for Mr. Putin!
Helsinki calling for Mr. Putin!
Helsinki calling for Mr. Trump!
Helsinki calling for Mr. Trump! Helsinki calling for Mr. Trump! Helsinki calling for human rights! Ihmisoikeudet voittaa!
Koska aina on niin, että
Ihmisoikeudet voittaa!
aurinko paistaa!
I don't think that the political analysts have a clue what's going to happen, so why should I have? But I'm still worried about the situation in the world, and I would like to have better human rights for everyone.
We care! We
Putin is a war criminal. He killed more than 500,000 Syrian people.
I think we celebrate the Helsinki spirit here. Helsinki is a warm place, as you can see, and we welcome everybody who respects human rights and democracy, and don't share fake news, and don't manipulate people's minds. And I am afraid that these guys, they are not really doing what we want, and I think they should work for a better world, because they are guys who have power to change things, and I wish everybody welcome who can do something like that, but I'm afraid these guys are not doing it.
Helsinki calling for peace.
Helsinki calling for peace!
Yes, we are Christian patriots and we are supporters of Donald Trump. And when he was running for election, we prayed like it would be our own presidential election.
We believe in Donald Trump. So he has proved democracy right. The people got their voice heard, and we love really the ordinary people. And Donald Trump has been a figure that could have done much more things in life, but he chose to represent the people we love. And we love Donald Trump, we love the American people, the Western ordinary people. We saw Melanie and Donald Trump waving at us. that means they saw us, and they will learn who we are because they are interested the positive response they get. So that was our goal. That feels very satisfied. I mean, this is well, I can describe. We are happy. We are very happy. We are a smiling moment.
That is all the time we have for now, but here's a fun fact. According to World Book Encyclopedia, to this day, scientists have named and classified more than 1.5 million animals, but they believe there may be from 2 million to as many as 50 million kinds of animals alive today. For News Always On, I'm Kessyl, and I will see you tomorrow.